This world is driven by growth. The dominant civilization is industrial civilization. Industrial civilization thrives on the use of fossil fuel energy. And not only that, industrial civilization has destroyed the planet by using these massive amounts of fossil fuel bounty. Everything from plastics to computers to even so-called green technology needs fossil fuels today. Now, this video is a demonstration of a scientific fact called peak oil. And peak oil is as much a fact as gravity is a fact. It basically means, given capitalism's need for growth and ability to hyper-exploit the environment for greedy needs, it will always consume any resource, whether it's renewable or not, to its extinction and depletion. So, this video is a screen capture of a game that you can play by visiting this URL http://sunsun.in/peakoilgame, and it is a fast-paced game that shows how exponential growth is tricky mathematics. From learning how much to borrow to drill oil wells, to learning how to meet the growing demands of the market. So I'm going to just demonstrate what goes on in this game by showing you what is the parts of the screen. There are two self-updating graphs here. This shows how much money we have borrowed from the bank, how many loans are in progress. Each well will come through a loan. And as you keep growing the number of wells you drill, your oil production keeps growing. But eventually it will reach a point where it starts going into the red, and that means you're not able to grow anymore. You're depleting your older wells, like these ones in the top you can see, some here. These are all depleting. So let's just play this game and see what happens. So I have drilled my first well. What really happens in the world is that oil starts producing at a maximum pressure and then slowly starts decreasing over time, and you can see it's already in the red. So if I drilled another well now, alright, I found more oil here, and so I'm able to grow a little bit, but this one also will now start declining, as you can see. So I need to drill more wells, and I drilled a dry hole there, and here, and more, and you can keep trying to grow this. But however fast you run, you will meet an end on a finite planet. And as you can see, many older wells are beginning to stop producing as they gray out. And there I have hit the peak of my civilization. And from here, it's poverty, it's more desperation, it's more environmental destruction, it's more climate change, it's more dirty fuel sources, it's more hyper-exploitation. To what end? To what end? As you can see, now it's a very tight game. I have only $26,000, some 200 and something dollars in my bank account, and it's decreasing. My money is also decreasing, oil and money. And now this looks like my curve of peak oil, right? And as the remaining old big wells are going to slowly die out, it doesn't matter who gets this remaining oil. You and I are not going to get it. Most of us are not going to get it. So that's the whole point of this video. I hope that this shook you to the grounds. I hope that we all are going to wake up and work creatively together. And you see, in this case, there was some amount of profits we could make out of this. Now imagine we could deploy all this oil to something more useful instead of burning it for mindless consumption. What if we said, let's go into a wartime emergency? What if we could rebuild rivers? What if we could get rid of nuclear power plants in some meaningful way? What if we could use all these finite fuels? Thank you for watching.